Hello, episode 1 of the podcast. We will be talking social media. To introduce my very good mucker, my good man Dan, and what was most important to Dan this morning was, are my socks on show? We're going to get into a bit of social media in a minute. Daniel?
Nice to see you guys. Welcome to the first podcast. It's great to be here chatting to you guys about digital marketing. And Benji, it's an absolute pleasure to be with you. Co-founders, bunch of legends. We started this 7 years ago.
We did.
And we've done some great things. So let's share the love and let some local businesses know about some tips and tricks on what they can do to really, really push their online presence forward.
Perfect. Sounds good. Kick it off, Dan. What's the first question? Bring me something.
Yeah, so I thought we'd start with social media. Social media is such a big part of any local business's presence, but I'm just going to fire a few questions over to you.
Go for it.
And give us some insights. Mm-hmm. So if you are a local business, social media, it's a massive headache to get it done. It's like, it takes ages. Yeah. Like, why is it so important?
Okay, I think for me, maybe it's a bit of an age thing or not. I think the importance of it is if you want to get your business and you want to share your business as quick and as fast as possible, get it in front of as many people as possible, right? That's the aim of the game.
That is the number one aim, isn't it?
Fair. So back in the day, if you've ever had a business, a static business on a high street, the only way that you would ever really get a presence in another area was a massive, great big leaflet drop and then get people to walk to your area, or you'd have to get another location in another area, which comes with rate, which comes with rent, which comes with staff, expense, and these kind of things. Now, what's beautiful about social media is you can just project your business as literally as far and as wide as you want to. You can get it in people's hands, you can get it in people's homes, you can get it on their computers, and you can have an impact and make sure people are knowing about your business kind of worldwide, which I think is absolutely outstanding. So whether you love social media or you hate social media, there's going to be people that don't like it out there. But for business, for me, I think it's really, really important. And I think it's a great way to get your business recognized, known, and seen.
Yeah. That makes a lot of sense. So if you're going to obviously you're getting yourself out there, which is really, really key. Mm-hmm. How do you measure success? How do you even know if it's working?
Yeah, good. It's good. You can go. Yeah, you can very much walk blind in business, can't you? And it's the same with online. Yeah.
And actually, a lot of our we chat to literally thousands of businesses literally every month, mm-hmm. and they're always unsure on what they're doing is working. Mm-hmm. So how do they know? What are the metrics that you look at to understand? Okay, we're smashing it out of the park with these guys.
So transparency is key for me. That's the main thing. You know what? You want to pay for something and you want to see a result. That's the way it goes. I think for me, it's looking at reach. It's looking at who we connecting with. It's looking at the engagement. So what we'll always do with our company is because we're non-contracted. We've got to show that it works. So you've always got to be really careful. Likes, vanity, loves, vanity, all these kind of things. They're all really good to know that people are liking and loving and sharing, but these aren't maybe the people that are paying your bills. So what we've got to do is take a bit of a deep dive into those type of statistics of, who are we reaching? What are the views? What type of return on the investment and views we're getting? Who are we connecting with? Like people sharing your business, people are following your company, etc. But the engagement is key. You have to make sure that whoever you use for social media, whether it's us or someone else, that you do really drill down into your business connecting with other people. I think that's really key.
And if you're talking engagement, then obviously being super important, mm-hmm. I think it's quite interesting, like how sort of detailed you can be in terms of targeting. Mm-hmm. So if you want to reach loads of people, because I get it, like actually likes, they are vanity, because actually you want to be in the forefront of people's mind, but they don't need to like you to be in the forefront of your mind. Yeah. They need to know you're there.
Yes.
So be at the forefront. But every business has a specific type of target market, right? Mm-hmm. Different type of person that they want to reach. Yeah. So I'm really, really keen to understand, like, how detailed can you get? If I'm like a sweet shop or hairdressers, like let's say hairdressers, what's the type of person that I want to reach? And then how do we actually get in front of them?
So such a valid point, Dan. Such a valid point. No, it's such a valid point. And the key thing is setting your audience. For us, which is as a company, I don't know who your audience are, Mr. Business Owner. That's why we're going to work collaboratively together.
Yeah.
You know your target market better than us. And it's a bit of an analogy I always share with our clients is, stick with me. You're going to stand at the front of the ship, Mr. Business Owner. You know, think Titanic. You're going to stand at the front of the ship and you're going to point in the direction that the ship goes because you have all the knowledge and you understand your business better than anyone. What we're going to do is we're going to row that ship in that direction. So we're going to have to work together to make sure that we target the right audience. So what we do is we target specifically. So we break it down into sections. So we look at age ranges, we look at demographics, we look at distance, we look at behavioural patterns of the end user, and then we start to feature that in to our targeting. So then we can point the barometer, point the pin exactly at the person that could be potential, whether that's someone between this age and that age that has these type shops in these types of places or follows these types of sites and these types of things. And I think what would be even better than me giving an answer like that is we'll get one of our social team on. We'll get one of our true legends to really break down, and maybe we'll put some information out of some of our reporting and things like that, not to give away every secret. But yeah, I think targeting, what you said, Dan, is really, really important. I think audience, kind of picking your audience is really important so that we can be quite precise in hitting.
The same for us as well, right? Digital marketing agency, who are we looking for? We're looking for anyone in the UK that loves business, loves online, wants to push their online brands forward, interested in lifestyle. They might really want to be entrepreneurial, and we can literally tick all those boxes, target those kind of guys and push our content out to them. Because at the end of the day, I think that's a bit that a lot of people miss when they're thinking social media. They're trying to put loads of content out there, but actually, if you're putting it out there and you're not including the right hashtags, or you're not pushing it in front of the right people, it doesn't get any traction. And if it doesn't get any traction, you don't get any results. You kind of give up on it. Yeah. So you need to push it in front of the right people. And I like it. I think it's great if you can actually tailor your audience to the customer, to the client's target, what they're aiming for, and actually push your content out to that specific audience, even in a local area. That's magic, gold.
That's how you get the results, right? That's how you get. That's what you that's what you pay for those results.
Love it. Love it. So that's cool. Cool.
Nice.
And then in terms of customer engagement, another thing that's really important, there's no point in doing loads of social media content, getting stuff out there, if it's just going to sit there and people literally engage and you don't engage back, right? How do you see engagement in social media, and how does that link into the overall strategy of your business?
So many times, so many clients and so many people we talk to over the years with if someone has commented, if someone has shared, if someone has forwarded, if someone has slid into your DMs, I know it's a thing. It's never happened to me, but I know it's a thing. If someone's doing that, think about a physical shop, and it's like someone walking into your shop with a question. If someone puts a question on your Google listing, if someone poses a question to your social media, whatever platform it is, it's a buying sign for me. That's when you jump all over it. That's the whole point. Once you start to get that engagement, respond to it. If someone walked into your gym, your shop, your hairdressers, and you were stood in your shop and you didn't ask them a question of, hey, how can I help? What are you looking for? Are you browsing? Is it for a friend? The minute someone starts to ask a question to me, that's a buying sign for me. I'm going to have a conversation. And it's a great way to spark a conversation. And that's the beauty of the internet. You can get those questions, those buying signs, those engagement in from someone sat at home that's interested in your business. No matter what time it is. I know we're always switched on with our phones and things like that, but hey, if someone's surfing the internet looking for your business and asks a question, for me, jump on it, Dan.
And it's not just comments, is it? When you're looking at it, it's actually engagement comes in loads of different forms, and a lot of people miss some of the types of engagement. You got comments, you got likes, they're almost like the obvious, and if you don't respond back, well, basically that is you're not ignoring someone.
Totally.
And you want to ignore your clients? Probably not.
Not for me.
So you got to put the effort into that. But then it's also the more intricate things. So if someone's landing on your website, that's engagement.
Massive.
And then getting them on a retargeting campaign where we can like chase them around social media and make sure that
technical, yes, love targeting.
That's what you've got to do. Make sure the brand's in front of them all the time so they re-engage with you. Because getting someone on your website or getting someone engaging once is great, but getting them to re-engage and become a real kind of, you know, avid Local Insights legend who wants to keep in touch with what we're doing. That's the key, right?
100%. It's brilliant. Retargeting, as you say, Danny, you know, it's such a powerful thing. And I know that you talk about it a lot. I know you believe in it a lot.
I just think it's a no-brainer, because if you can get someone to your website, then why wouldn't you want to follow them around?
They're there. They've done the hard bit. They found you. That's the bit. I agree. That's amazing.
Totally. And then, like, another really interesting thing with social media, I find. So if you, for me, like, one of the key things to socials is to leverage what's out there on the network. And I think influencers are really interesting. So if you're a local business and you've got some local celebrities in the area, like,
are we local celebrities?
Wow, I'd like to think maybe one day, Ben. Maybe one day.
It's not at all.
I'm not sure we're getting there anytime soon.
Maybe,
but you never know.
Yeah, well
but let's say we were, or let's say we want to reach out to someone to shout about what we do. Like if we could get, like, at Local Insights, if we could get someone that's really savvy with business, let's say, I don't know, like an Alan Sugar or Richard Branson or whatever, but that's high end. That's going high end.
Let's see if we can do that, eh?
But like, if we could get someone like that to endorse what we do, that'd be pretty cool.
Yeah.
So does influencer marketing have a place for local businesses? Because Alan Sugar's never going to do you never know. But like, what can you do? Does it help? And is it worth the effort?
I think I always look at the way I look at it. I think 100% yes is my answer. And I think whether you're local, you're big, you're brand, don't be scared. You know, people always think independent. The reason we got into this business is to support independence. And, you know, if you're an independent business, you've got to have a big picture. You've got to have big ideas, and you've got to have, big audacious goals. And I think being able to piggyback, the whole point of a business is exposure. Whether it's on the prime spot of the high street, whether it's tucked around the back, wherever it is. And the same with online, it's about exposure. So if you've got micro influencers, or you've got influencers at your disposal that you can then get you've got a ready-made audience. As long as the influencer is relatable to your business, be it a food influencer for a restaurant, etc., get them down. Speak to people. You know, look at we use influencers. We're really lucky to have a company that we use, Mackenzie Weller Management. You know, they're go and have a look at them. They're really, really cool. And they supply us with influencers. Of course, there's a price and things that come with that. But to expose yourself to a ready-made market for me is massive. Yeah. It's just like getting a queue of people outside your door and going, check this out. It's like, remember when you used to walk out with a tray of something and you're into the marketplace or into the local town and go, look, try this, and get people kind of engaged through that. You've got these micro-influencers with 20,000, 30,000, 50,000, 100,000 people that you're going to and they're going to be talking positively about your business. I think for me, that's really powerful.
That's a strategy in itself, isn't it? Because if let's say I'm in Putney, I got a cafe in Putney.
Nice, you're doing well.
Yeah, love that.
Nice area, love it.
It's a lovely area.
Yes,
and I can reach out to people in my local area and just say to them, little trick. Why don't you come and visit us and I'll give you a free lunch?
Brilliant.
Like, come check it out.
Brilliant.
Look at their background, look at their following, look at their engagement, and I can do that relentlessly. So I can get maybe an influencer coming in every week.
Why not?
We've seen that type of activity like transform businesses, haven't we? Like
massively.
It's been a game changer.
Yeah, you're exactly right, Dan. And then manage it correctly on the way through. You know, whether you're doing it yourself or you're putting it out to a company like us or someone locally, whoever's doing it. You know, make sure you're hashtagging, you're atting, they're sharing your information on their page. If you've got
something good, let's show it off. Let's get the right people talking about it.
100%. And that's a good target market, get like for like when it comes to influencers. It's really good. It's been very successful for us.
Definitely. One other thing, I think one last question.
Hardest thing. It's got to be a good one.
Wow. I just think, I'm thinking of Nike here, and I'm thinking about Just Do It.
Okay.
Content. It's a real challenge to spare the time to get this kind of stuff done. We find it ourselves. Like, God, it's hard just to find a moment to put anything together. But for business owners, a lot of the thing is like they're a bit scared of it.
Yeah.
In terms of what they tell us, it's quite daunting putting yourself out there. But actually, like, you just got to do it, right? You've just got to get it done. Because unless you push yourself and get it done, and you're not out there, you're not taking advantage of it, like, it's pretty much doomsday, isn't it? If you're not taking control and proactively pushing your socials, you're missing the mark.
You're missing you're missing a window of opportunity. And to anyone in regards to content, don't be scared. You know, your business is you. You know, get in front of the camera. We have the most, you know, the most shyest people, and you know, and people that, you know, don't feel comfortable with doing it. And you know, nobody feels comfortable just sitting in front of the camera.
I'm one of them. I hate getting in front of the camera. But actually, if we can help some local businesses out with some tips and some tricks, I'm like, why wouldn't we? That's what we're about.
Yeah.
So.
And think about this. A really good tip and a thing to think about for your socials, you know, as a closing note, or is people just don't want to, you know, you're a food place, which is great. We want to see food, but we also want to know where it comes from. Who are the team? Who's the owner? Even if it's just a nice picture, a bio, you know, social media is a real opportunity to show the three-dimensional whole side of your business. Befores, afters, hairdressers, your passion for the business, you know, the team around you, the environment that people are going to be coming in. Use this as a window to your shop and show every bit off. Be super proud of yourself, because if you've got a business, you're on the high street, you get up every single day like we all do to make it work. We're patting you on the back for that, because you're doing it, you're smashing it already, and you're making an opportunity for yourself. So it's never easy, and we'll always offer a bit of free advice.
Well, that's some great advice you just said there. Actually, it's amazing how many socials we look at when we're doing a free audit. And they just talk about a one-dimensional topic.
Yeah.
They just talk about food, or they just talk about haircutting. They don't talk about themselves. They don't talk about their team. They don't talk about their town. They don't talk about everything that makes them special.
Yep.
That's such a good tip. If you take anything away from this, that's a good one. Because actually look at your socials and think, people buy local, they buy people. If they buy people, they got to understand what you're all about.
Yeah.
So make sure you're pushing that local, that people, that message. It's not just about, if you're a hairdresser, haircuts. It's about the people behind it. It's about what you're trying to do.
Totally.
And it's the same across every business. If you're a clothes shop, if you're an estate agent, it's not just about the houses that you got. It's about the people that are representing those houses. It's about what kind of things that you believe in, what makes you special.
Yeah.
That's got to be front and center of your socials, not just that one-dimensional kind of thing that you sell. It's got to be more than that.
Yeah. You're exactly right, Dan. The thing for me is the why to pick your business. Why should they pick you? You're not the only hairdresser on the high street. You're not the only estate agent on the high street. Why to pick you? Give them the why. Shout about and celebrate the business, and you'll smash it. And if you ever want any bit of advice from myself or Dan or anything like that, all you got to do is get in contact with us. We can give you as much, you know, free and help advice as we always want to help, because that's what it's about.
On the why for Local Insights is like we're a young group of entrepreneurial people.
We're not that young.
Benji ain't that young.
What do you mean? You're about, what, 2 years younger than me?
Well, 47.
Yeah.
47?
What are you?
No, you're 47, 43.
47.
I don't know. But yeah, we're not that young.
Yeah.
Average age at Local Insights is between 25 and 30 though. But,
I'll take it.
But yeah, so I think the key thing is, though, we want to help local businesses out.
Yeah.
That is what Local Insights is all about. We've been doing it for years. And this isn't a plug to get you guys to, you know, reach out to us, but just saying, like, if you do need some help, do get in touch. Benji's spot on that front. And that's why we're here. That's why we want to help you with tips and tricks. That's what this is all about. Hopefully today's little pod on socials has been a help. I think the key thing, just go do it. Just get it done.
Yeah.
Know what you're targeting.
Yep.
Focus on that.
Yep.
Speak to us about influencers. They make a big difference, and really showcase your USPs, because that's going to really help. But yeah, hopefully today has been helpful.
Yep.
Leave some messages on, you know, any questions you might have.
Yep.
And if you do want any help, reach out. We're well up for helping. So yeah.
Like and share. We need vanity. I'm quite vain.
You are very vain. Yes.
Enjoy. Have a good day, everyone.
Nice one, guys. Cheers.
Ta-da.